I've asked Representative Andy Ogles, Republican Tennessee, to come on the program. I don't believe we've ever spoken. You know, it's first time for everything. And he's under attack by the vicious pro-Hamas media. He was being stalked by pro-Hamas protesters. And in so many words, he said to them, I'll tell you what I think. I think all of Hamas should be killed. Do I have that about right, Congressman?
Yes, sir. You hit the nail on the head. But it's great to be on the show, and you're a great American. I appreciate what you do.
Thank you, sir. So in other words, you're saying from the river to the sea, no Hamas. Is that about right?
Exactly. Well, look, once you
Why is that controversial?
Exactly. I mean, they literally were torturing and raping babies. Who would have empathy for anyone who would do that? And so Israel has the right to cleanse their community of that kind of gross existence of evil. And if they have to purge it, then so be it. Let them purge it.
And what the hell's wrong with that? We've done that ourselves through our history, whether it's Hitler, whether it's you name it. I mean, it's so perverse. You know, people say we were these forever wars and we never win them. No, the problem is we have individuals who run these wars. We have individuals who run our State Department. We have an individual in the White House right now. They're the problem. They're the problem. You have Joe Biden right now who's undermining the state of Israel and giving Hamas hope because he's telling the Israeli soldiers, don't you damn rush that town. Don't you kill the head of Hamas. And so Hamas is taking strength from this, no?
Well, absolutely. And so what I said in my follow-up statement is, Israel has a right to its own foreign policy and to make choices for itself. If you go back 20 years, there was a land for peace deal. But Israel hasn't had peace. They've been under attack for the last 20 years. And quite frankly, the Palestinians are complicit in the violence. But in my comments, I was talking about Hamas. I was talking about the terrorists. They were systematically raping babies, children, women. They were even raping men, and they were mutilating them while they were doing it. Again, why anyone would have any kind of sympathy for an organization that did that, it's unspeakable.
Monstrous.
And unfortunately, I've seen the footage. And there's just certain things that, one, you can't unhear, but you can't unsee. And so, this idea that this is somehow fake news that the young lady was talking about is ridiculous. But look, I'm not going to apologize for my comments. Israel is under attack. And this leftist media that, like you say, is supporting Hamas, supporting the Palestinians, they're nurturing anti-Semitism in this country. They're culpable for the violence against the Jewish community in our own country. And it's enough is enough. And so I called a spade a spade. It is what it is. Hamas deserves to die. And I'm not going to apologize for that. It was taken out of context. But you know what? That's what the leftist media does. They take you out of context. I'm a conservative. They take me out of context because they don't like you and I, because we're the voice of freedom. We're the voice of the future of this republic.
Talking to Andy Ogles here. Gentleman I've never spoken to before, but I happen to like a lot as I listen to you, Representative. Now, they can call Trump Hitler. We know what Hitler did. They do that guy. That's okay with them. They can call Netanyahu all kinds of names, who's really the Churchill of Israel, as far as I'm concerned, standing up against not only their enemy there, but our enemy in the Oval Office. They're having to do these things to fight these enemies. It's just amazing to me that they will use Hamas citizen casualty numbers, and now they're using it without even referencing Hamas. We have Biden funding the Iranians, thereby funding the terrorists, funding UNRWA, which is Hamas, funding the PLO, which is the Palestinian Authority. All of them are funding Hezbollah. And we're supposed to sit here and pretend these things aren't going on. Hamas is a mass genocidal Islamist organization. If you read their mission statement, they're happy to tell you about it. No?
Oh, absolutely. You mentioned, how the leftist media attacks Donald Trump. I'm actually with the president tonight. He's in Nashville. But all that to say is, you and I can take inspiration from Donald Trump. He says what he's thinking. He's not going to back down, and he truly loves this country. And that's all I'm doing here. And the fact is, Hamas is a terrorist organization. It's funded. Unfortunately, some of our own tax dollars gets filtered. It's fungible, ends up in the hands of Hamas. And so we've got to stop that kind of nonsense. look, we're barreling towards 35. Soon it'll be $36 trillion in debt. We've got a border that's unsecure, and we've got to put our own house in order. Meanwhile, we need to let Israel put its house in order, which is to destroy Hamas.
Well, good for you. Give the president our salute here. He's a good friend of mine in the program, too. And God bless you. And I know a lot of people live in Nashville, including our kids. So there you go.
Well, it's an honor to serve, southern middle Tennessee. It's a great part of the country. I'm biased. I grew up in Tennessee. So when I get to D.C., I do my job and I come back home. But look, we've got a little farm. We love our country. The country's in jeopardy. And what I think your listeners need to understand, this 2024 election is a tipping point for this country. If we don't right the ship, if we don't correct course, I always liken our economy and our country like to the Titanic. It's a big ship. It turns slowly, and we are on a collision course, and we have an opportunity to correct course, but it's going to have to happen in 2024, or quite frankly, Mark, we're screwed.
I agree 100%. Tell everybody what you did before you got elected.
Well, so I was in Tennessee. We're called county mayors or county executives. So I was like a mini governor of the community. In Tennessee, your county executives had a lot of authority during COVID. So I refused to comply with any of the mandates. We didn't have masks. We kept our restaurants open. I became a bit of a folk hero in Middle Tennessee, which is what ultimately launched me to Congress. I didn't really intend on running for the seat, but because of redistricting, I was drawn into the seat. And so my seat was held by a Democrat. I'm one of the pickups that we have in Congress, but I was just a county executive trying to protect my community from a government that was trying to shut down churches, shut down restaurants, shut down small businesses, and I said no, hell no.
Excellent. Good for you. Well, God bless you, my friend. We're going to have you back if that's all right with you.
Absolutely. You say the time, and I'll be on it. Again, I appreciate you. You're a voice. And look, we need voices like you out there because I'm going to be attacked for being conservative. You're going to be attacked for being conservative. Your constituents, your listeners are going to be attacked for being conservative. But right now, our country is in jeopardy. And our founding fathers never gave up hope. You shouldn't give up hope, and neither am I. And I'm going to fight to my last breath.
I have two words for them. Screw them. Thank you, Congressman. God bless you, sir.
Exactly. God bless you.
Take care of yourself.